So we're going to get into the next stage, Q&A. We'd like volunteers to come and help them how to put the chairs in. So those who have questions, please keep your hand up. Me or one of our volunteers will come and give you the mic. Then after they give you the mic, please ask the questions. So please note that we are recording it and it's also getting live streamed. And those who are watching us via YouTube, sadly, we are not moderating it. If you're typing your questions there, we are not going to ask it because we are not looking at it. So you can't ask questions if you are watching our live stream. But only those who are in here can ask questions. So all the interns will join, and all the community partners will join once the chair setup is ready. So I'm going to hand over to Dr. Shah to moderate the question. Again, reminder, if you have a question, keep your hand up, and we'll get the mic to you. Why did you take this? I left it near me. Yes, go ahead. You can guys go on.
Go ahead, Art. Anywhere. Anywhere. Yes, they're sitting behind you. So you all might have some burning questions for our community partners and for our interns. So as you kind of think about those and think about the insights that they shared, you can raise your hand and the volunteers out there will come and give you the mic. I like to get us started on questions, and so this question is actually for the interns. We've been talking about big reveal for our community partners and impacts for our community partners, and I want to ask the interns, like, what's the big reveal? What's the big insight that you all got from this internship and from the projects that you did? And who wants to go first? Yeah.
When I was working with a piece of data, that is homeowner names. When I was working with that, there were few names which are not names. Then we identified that and we started splitting the names into first name, middle name, and last name. That was not a wow moment, but that's a, okay, we have to work on this moment. Yeah.
So for me, like after working with this project, I come to learn that a lot of people don't know that they are at risk. Their houses are at risk. And I really appreciate risk approach to help them that they are at risk and you can save your home, you have still times, and we are going to help you with that. And I really appreciate that, and that was a big reveal for me. Thank you.
Yeah, when I was working on this project, starting was I don't know the data and I don't know the anything, and I am trying to do something as an to how to classify the data like that. But at the end, we did not did any classification on it or anything. Just we have prepared the data. From that, we have done the Tableau visualization. That's it. We have done nothing using machine learning and anything. But before of that, I thought that we have to do something machine learning thing or like that. That's it. Thank you.
So the big reveal for me came from one of the lead survey questions, and it asks about how many physical spaces do you dedicate to the arts? One of the insights we found that we didn't have the time to fully explore and list here at the big reveal was how they affected middle and high schools. We saw an increase in achievement with schools that had a higher amount of physical spaces, but to me what was more interesting was we also saw a decrease in the amount of behavioral incidents students had based on these physical spaces. So that's something I think is worth investigating further and was really interesting.
Well, for me, I've learned a lot while taking up this internship. The way I think of a problem in data science, as well as approaching a problem, has changed. Just to give an example, in our university program, if you have a missing values in your data, just drop those or replace those with some mean, median, mode, and all those techniques. But here, a special mention to Professor Karthik, he just says why the data is missing and why do you need to impute them. That's a really good question. Nobody teaches you in university. So the way of thinking for a data science and the way of thinking for approaching a problem has changed a lot. This is the biggest takeaway for me from this internship.
Yeah, I think one big takeaway is I had always heard everyone say, you know what, in the data science world, model building takes so little time compared to your data cleaning and pre-processing, but it really is crazy how true that is when, we had spent 9 weeks preparing this data without any model building yet. But then once you get the clean and good data, then you can feed it into the model very quickly and get your results. So, it was very insightful to learn that. So, yeah.
So for me, from the very beginning till end, it was mesmerizing. Like I already have worked with data from field level in my country, so I just wanted to see how here in US they work with the field level data. So I was amazed to see how they work with this data and how they collect, how they reorganize them. So it was a learning structure for me.
For me, I have previously worked in corporate type of institutes and where my work was reflected in terms of finance or customer satisfaction and others. But during this internship, I am proud to say this, that I can see my work getting impacted in the community, and it has so many stories connected how CAP has helped students with different arts programs, and this is something which I will carry throughout my life as a wonderful experience and can proudly say that I have completed and used my knowledge to create a difference in this world. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Just wanted to echo again what a great job you all did. I am an alumni from last year's program, and so one question that I have for all of you is, obviously you knew what you were getting into when you applied for the program, in the name, data science for social good. But how, and this is kind of a follow-up to our last speaker on the stage, how has this changed your perspective on using data science moving forward? I know that data science as a field is really geared towards using it to make money. How do we do stock analyses? How do we get a better portfolio? How do we design the next AI that's going to get, a startup fund or whatever? So I'm really curious if working on these projects has changed how you thought about data science and maybe any of your plans moving forward.
I can start. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. And to be honest, just the feeling of getting the results felt so satisfying because you're knowing that these results can actually go and make an impact on people's lives. And before this internship, all my experience had actually come from working in finance. And doing this, getting those results, you just had a special feeling about it, and it's been an awesome experience. And I'm really excited to finish writing the full report to deliver to Nonprofit Center to see how these results can actually change the community.
You see, the data science is growing and it has been applied in all sectors. What my assumption is, everybody in their particular sector, they go through an assumption, but they need a result or a data to support that assumption to make it data-driven. So data science gives you those assumptions using the data. We can use predict, classify, or anything, which helps them to drive their assumption into a data with stable understanding of the results.
One of my biggest takeaways about data science is to actually check your assumptions. I probably heard that told to me by Doctors Richard Pneumopathy 20 times throughout the internship. Check your assumptions. Why are you assuming this? And it's for a good reason. Coming into this, I'm interested in looking at school research, and so I came into the fight with a lot of assumptions. But really checking those helped reel me back in and make a more grounded project.
For me, it is like while we are in the first week we have stuck in the one place and we are unable to go front in our project. So in the meanwhile, we have to spread our project. Means we have to explain to the others. Meanwhile, to get the some kind of help with the others. Why? Because we don't know anything what to go to the next step. Then our mentors given a clear guidance that in the voter registration data it contains some kind of data, so you can move forward with this like this. Thank you.
So I was always connected with the academia, like teaching and everything. So then it comes to my mind that all the equations we are making, all the research we are doing, they are all of them are used in the industry level, right? So then I think, okay, let's see what they are actually doing with our equations. So that's why I was looking into this internship, and they were on campus and it was easy to access. So I applied and I worked with that, and I really acknowledged their work and everything, that how they are improving the real life problems and the solutions. So data science for me is a big way to see how the real life problems are solved through the equations or the methods we learn through our books. So yeah, that was my turn on point to come to the data science, and thanks for DSSG for that.
So for me, getting into data science is I have prior work experience in data, and whenever I work with data, I feel like whenever we get into a project, it's like we are just getting into the project. But in the second week and third week, we will really get into the project by understanding the data, which will really bring us interesting identifications and recommendations. So this is where I feel data science is a field which is more attracting me to work with data. Thank you.
So for me, this was like stepping into the non-supervised learning procedure. Like till now, the work that I have done, it was supervised machine learning. I have already known the output, what is going to happen, what we can predict. But in this project, we what learned that we do not know about something that is coming on. So we need to find out them. We need to find out our motive, our goal from the scratch. So this was very interesting, and this like we have now we are open to world, like we have access to AI and other stuffs. So in this project, I learned that I need to know in the which direction I am going. Otherwise, they can make me like confused. They can give me any solution that I don't want. But if I fall in their trap, then I'll be lost. So this project make me to know where should I go and how should I focus.
Thank you for the question. And uh, one thing which changed after this internship, my perspective about data science was we have big amount of data, we clean it, we use some algorithms, and then we predict something. And here, the complete idea is different. We have a limited number of data because the data was collected at school level. It was a survey response. And I was like, wow, I can't work with 200 records. Well, this is not enough data. And, it's a survey, so many a times there is a lot of missing data, and I was like, wow, we can't work with such limited data, and we can't even remove the records because it is coming from a school. You can't remove a school directly without any reason. So a lot of efforts were taken into dealing with missing data, dealing with duplicate records, and making sense out of limited data and coming up with statistically backed results. So this was a change in my perspective to look at data science problems.
I want to follow up on that. Sorry. I want to follow up on that. Iman was like, oh, we have this missing data. We just need to drop these records, right? And I was like, if you knew how much effort it took to get those principals to complete that survey, you would not be wanting to delete this record. So.
So I wanted to follow up with a comment and to thank you guys, to thank everybody, because being a part of this, I'm Dr. Tadeo, I'm one of the lead advisors, and every year that I've been a part of the DSSG, I have learned something new and fascinating from you guys and from the community partners, the things that I learn. But I wanted also to give you a call to action. There's something that one of the interns just said about the arts programs. And having been a part of the Cathedral Arts programs, watching it evolve over these past several years, I'd like a call to action to Dr. Lehman at UNF and the mayor's office to help support that, because those students, arts helps develop their creativity, their critical thinking skills, and their emotional and social development, which are things I think we overlook because we don't have any tangible metrics for those. So I highly encourage you guys to connect, and we've got Mocha downtown, and do clay spaces and focus on those things, because I think it's very important. So thank you, Dr. Chen. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, Dr. Chen, if you want to share, reflect to that, you can go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for your championship of the arts. And I do agree that the arts have a tremendous impact on every child's growth and development, and I think that is why we're here doing this project. But what has been most insightful, again, is seeing the data pieces connect and to continue to link arms with all those who are interested in advocating for arts education to ensure that students have field trips and programs and quality community partnership. There are so many programs in addition to CAP that can be in service to all of the students here in Jacksonville.